Get away from me! Falling down, you're the only thing!
Hey guys, it's 681 Shadow. Welcome to my draft analysis for CPC Season 3. Yes, it is time. We got through the draft about a week ago. I wasn't able to I wasn't able to make a draft analysis or anything for a lot of this time because I've been crunched for time, not much recording time, and I had to use the recording time that I had to do stuff for the CPC channel, which will be in the description below. So I finally got to do my draft analysis, so I decided this would be the first video that would go up on the channel when I came back. And I have to say, we do have a powerful roster this season. I definitely really like how we're looking for the team, and hopefully we can have a good win. So we were able to franchise a Pokemon from CPC Season 2, which you do not really know about because it wasn't publicized for me. But I decided to franchise Manaphy as my franchise pick because when I was looking through my Season 2 team, I was like, I could franchise some of the powerful mons I had, like that fit on my team last week, like Zard Y or Garchomp. But I was like, well, I shouldn't franchise those. I shouldn't franchise those because I used them all season. And I didn't really use Manaphy, and some of you may be wondering, oh, why didn't you use Manaphy? It's such a good mon. I didn't use it because it did not fit with my team at all. Because I basically had a Sun team, and Manaphy would not work on the Sun team whatsoever. So I was like, I want to do stuff with Manaphy this season. So Manaphy was my franchise. Manaphy is a very versatile Pokemon, definitely. It has base 100 stats all around, which makes it kind of unpredictable. Definitely, it's definitely a really good pick. It has really good sweeping potential with Tail Glow. If you're able to get up a Tail Glow, and plus the moves that you can get, it's definitely something that can late game or possibly even just sweep the entire game early game. It could just sweep, definitely. It gets Stab and Skull, then it has Ice Beam, Energy Ball, Psychic. I believe it gets Ancient Power. You can also run like Rain on it. You can run Rain Dance to deal with the hydration. While Rain may not help for my team, but it may do something. It may do something like later on, maybe possibly after some transactions, free agencies, all that kind of fun stuff. Possibly a Calm Mind set as well, as it does get access to Calm Mind. Definitely to make things a lot easier for me. So that's basically it for Manaphy. Definitely a really versatile mon, and something that I'm really happy to be using. I did have it also in the first season of CPC. It didn't do too much work back then because that was back before I had as much skill as I have now, and it didn't work on my team in season 2. So I'm really excited to use it this season, and now that I have more skill and I will be able to better take advantage of it. So now, and this pick counted as the round 11 pick because it's my franchise pick. I want to go over this one first because technically I picked it first, but it counted as round 11. So my round 1 pick, I chose Mega Charizard X, and I was actually second overall pick, which was really good for me because we randomized the draft order and I got second overall pick, which was really good so I can get a really powerful mon and not get sniped. So for this pick, I was debating whether or not to get Mega Charizard X or Victini, but I decided to go with Zard X because it's such a powerful mon. As you may have saw in the CPC off-season podcast, it's definitely a very powerful mon, and with its stats are amazing all around. Like for Zard X, its physical attack and special attack are base 130, which means you can knock people off and run special Zard X because its special attack is just monstrous. And then you can even run. It even has natural bulk with 111 base defense and only 85 special defense, but you never know what you could run for the matchup. So I feel like this could be very versatile, and it has good cover. It has good moves, like it has Roots for Recovery. You can run the typical Dragon Dance set where you can Dragon Dance, and then Flare Blitz and Dragon Claw. You can also run. You can of course knock. mess people up and run special. Like if they, like for example, if someone has like a Lando T and they want to they want to switch in for the intimidate, you can have you could possibly have. I actually just saw this right now. I've actually never seen it, but who knows? You can have special. You can have special Zard X with the HP Ice. If you're facing like a Lando T or a Lando Y, or anything along those lines with 4 times weakness to Ice. Then of course you can run Swords Dance Zard X. That's another option, but you want to get the speed boost. So I typically prefer Dragon Dance, but if I need the Swords Dance, I may run that set. And you can also run like Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp can will definitely help for you to take hits better because from physical Pokemon. If you're able to Will-O-Wisp physical Pokemon, then it will definitely be really good for you with Mega Charizard X. So overall, it was just a good pick for my team, and its speed is pretty good at sitting at base 100. My team is not the fastest team in the world, but I think the speed tiers on my team are at least decent, to say the least. So the next mon I chose for the draft is, I believe, I went with on the way back because of a wheel pick. Well, actually, it's not on the way back, but after a while, it wasn't taken, which was pretty interesting. And I was able to complete my Fire Water Grass Core with the powerful Pokemon Ferrothorn. Now, Ferrothorn is a really powerful Pokemon. It's definitely something that should not be underestimated. With its Iron Barbs ability, where if you have Iron Barbs plus Rocky Helmet, if they hit you with a physical attack, they can lose so much of their health, like a quarter of the health. Plus, it gets access to hazards like Stealth Rock, Spikes, Leech Seed. You can run like a Leech Seed. You can run like a Leech Seed Thunderwave type set. And that could really help you to just stall, like possibly if you want to late game stall with it, then you can do like Leech Seed and that late game, and it even gets, and looking at its move pool right now, it even gets access to Ingrained. So if you want to be like a defensive stally type set, you could run that, and if it comes in handy, like if there's an ability that really messes you up, like for example. If I'm trying to sweep with, let's say, Manaphy or Zard X, because they both have great sweeping potential, and a Pokemon has Unaware, this thing gets Worry Seed, and Worry Seed changes the if you don't know, it changes the targeted Pokemon's ability to Insomnia. So if I use that on an Unaware Pokemon, then they will no longer have Unaware, and they'd be forced to switch, thus letting me getting up a free Dragon Dance, or possibly letting me get up a free Dragon Dance or something on Zard, or Tail Glow or Calm Mind on Manaphy. That's something good. And it gets a bunch of other coverage moves. It has decent coverage. It has special coverage, but not something runs specially. It's more of a tank rather than an attacker because it only has base 94. While that's decent, things like Zard X and some other mons that I have could be better for the job of attacking, but Gyro Ball will definitely help. Like if you run min speed with Gyro Ball, that would really help me in some of the matchups with Ferrothorn. So my 4th round pick, as we went around the wheel pick, I decided to pick up Donphan. Now Donphan is arguably one of the best spinners in the game. Definitely is. I like hazard removal. Mons that are not weak to the hazards, and Donphan is not weak to the hazards whatsoever. If I want, he's going. I feel like he's going to be my primary spinner, my primary hazard removal, because the only other hazard removal I have on my team is Defog Mega Charizard X, and that's not going to be good for me at all. And so Donphan's going to really be vital to my team because to set up hazards, I'm going to need to set up hazards and to get Stealth Rocks. I think possibly get Stealth Rocks up, or just Stealth Rocks for me. I thought it got something else, but it doesn't. So it's definitely something that I'm really excited to be using Donphan. I've used it not in League format before, but I've used it on the ladder a bit, even though I'm not too good at the ladder. I've used Donphan on the ladder, and it's been really good. It has priority in Ice Shard, which could be good for possibly knocking some things down. It has it can be pretty defensive with its physical attack and physical defense are both base 120. So it's definitely a really good mon to have. It's really basically a really good mon to have since it has those great stats and it won't take much damage from rocks or spikes, which is really good. Which is really good, and it pairs with Zard X really well, so it can because if my Zard X is not Mega Evolved, it'll take 50% from rocks, which is absolutely insane. So I would need this, and other mons that I have, and another mon I'll have later on will also help Zard X to be a really good on this team. But anyways, my next draft, the next draft I had, I was planning on choosing Jolteon, but this was the one time during the draft that I got sniped, which was pretty insane. I only got sniped once. I got basically everything I wanted, even though I tossed up a few picks and I changed my mind on something. I did not actually get sniped on some things. So I wanted Jolteon, didn't get Jolteon, so I was like, alright, what's the alternative to Jolteon? Heliolisk. So I chose Heliolisk. I've never actually used Heliolisk before, but I have heard some things about Heliolisk. It's definitely a really good mon, excuse me. I'm just, first time recording one of my own videos, but its speed is good because my speed tiers aren't like the best right now, and so I needed to get mons that fit the bill nicely. So Heliolisk was the pick that I chose. I was kind of tossing up Galvantula as well, but I think it got sniped, and I wanted to opt for Heliolisk more than Galvantula, solely because Heliolisk has a stupid amount of coverage. It's absolutely insane. Its special attack and speed are the same, base 109, and it gets some really good stuff. Like it gets electric. Of course, it's electric stab and like thunderbolt, all that kind of stuff. It gets grass knot, so like if facing a Quagsire, that'd be really good. Focus blast to face like, for example, facing a Tyranitar, focus blast, because you'll probably outspeed it because this thing's speed is pretty good. If you want to be like a kind of specially defensive set, you can run like Parabolic Charge to get damage back. Basically, it's basically the type Drain Punch. Then has probably for utility, you can use U-Turn, Quick Attack for utility if you need it. Because I remember in the PMCD League, I did run my Jolteon with Quick Attack in 2 or 3 games, I forgot, just for utility. I remember it cleaned up my Week 6 game quite nicely, so definitely something good. And then it even has a Rock-type stab. It has Rain Dance for its Dry Skin. It's just an overall really good mon, and I'm gonna be excited. It's gonna be exciting to use this and try it out for the first time. So my next draft that it really helped out my team a lot, and it was also another way I could set up rocks on the other team, and overall is a mon that I'm very comfortable with. My next draft was Mesprit. So Mesprit is a really good lower tier mon in my opinion. It could be a bit of a cleric per se. It can have, because it does not get Wish, it gets Healing Wish. So if need be, like for example, if my Manaphy or Charizard X are like kind of low, I could have my Mesprit in the back with Healing Wish and use the Healing Wish to bring them back to full and heal whatever status effects they may have. And it's definitely something really good. And it can also be a good lead, because if you run Colbur Berry, it could be a good lead or a good thing against dark types, because a good thing to run is Colbur Berry, which is the dark type resist berry, and so basically so that halves the damage taken from super effective dark type move one time use, which is really good for Mesprit. And the only thing that can really count that is unaware, um, but if I'm in the situation, I probably would be weary about that. Unless if I didn't know if they're unaware or not. Like for example, it's easy to know what time Rattata if they have unaware or not because it's either unaware or Sandstream. And if there's no Sandstorm upwards, which is in its unaware, which would be really interesting. But it has a whole bunch of different stats like Scarfed, even weather. I actually did not know that it has weather support. But hey, if I wanted to run Sun with if I wanted to run Rain with Manaphy, wow, I can actually run Rain with Manaphy. It's actually pretty insane. I actually didn't know that. If I can help with Rain with Manaphy with this. It's actually a really interesting thing I can do. I don't know if I'll bring it to a game, but I will not rule it out. So just to put that out there. So it's definitely Mesprit's definitely a really good bring for my team. It's a good psychic type and all that kind of stuff. So the next pick that we got, we need to try to patch up our speed tiers because our speed tiers are not the best. So we decided to get a really fast Mon. This is the fastest Mon on our team. The Connecticut Krookodiles decided to pick up Accelgor. And Accelgor, while I have not used it, it is a really fast Pokemon, really fast special Pokemon, definitely. It has access to spikes. It could be a suicide lead. It could be fully offensive, life orb. It's just a really good Pokemon. It really helps. It's a really good Pokemon to use, and plus it gets access to Final Gambit. So if I were to use it as a suicide lead, I could just use Final Gambit. I could just lead rocks with a sash and then go for Final Gambit. As I'm fast, I would outspeed most things with it. As long as I have max speed investment, because Accelgor has a really fast speed set. So, and the only thing that would probably break that down is Fake Out. But of course, if I lead with this and lead with a Fake Out user, I'm gonna switch. That's something that was kind of obvious in my opinion, but I'm definitely really excited to try out Accelgor, and it's going to be a really good Mon. It's going to be a really good Mon on my team to just make my team a bit faster, have some fast threats in the back. But all in all, I'm just excited. I'm just excited for this, and I'm excited for the season. So I pick after Accelgor. It's a pretty interesting one. I decided to go with Weezing. Weezing I have never actually used in competitive play. I've used it in game before, like in the actual playthrough of the game, but I have never actually used Weezing in competitive before. So this is actually an ultimately new Mon. I haven't seen it or used it, which is going to be really interesting to see how I can make it work. It's my only Mon that has access to Toxic Spikes, which could play a role in crippling an opponent's team. Along with it has Taunt, so just in case if my opponents have a Pokemon that's gonna set up, I can probably speed creep them with Weezing. What's Weezing's base speed? It was base 60, so if they have a slower setup Mon, I could speed creep. But if they have a faster Mon, I'd probably have to use some other Taunt user that I have. But of course, it's Will-O-Wisp access to be able to burn the opposing side's Pokemon. It'll definitely be a really good pick for that. It just gets good. It gets good coverage. Paint Split could be a good thing too. Let's see. Does it get Trick? I'm not sure if it gets Trick. I'm looking right now. It does not get Trick. Okay. Probably think of something else, but yeah, I think that's all for Weezing. Its physical defense is really good. It's you could run it. I feel like you could run it either special or physical, with its physical attack only being 5 away. Its physical attack being 90 and special attack being 5 lower, being 85. So I feel like I'm gonna have a fun time trying out Weezing. I've never seen it and I've never used it. And it's always good to try out new things, especially in a situation that I'm in where I don't know a lot of Pokemon. I stayed in my comfort zone until I started drafting things I didn't really know, and now it's what I like to do. So So now we get to the which round would it be? That would be 10th round, 9th round. Okay, so round 8. Round 8, I was like, okay, it's a late draft. It's late draft. I don't have a fairy yet. That's a bit of an issue. And most of the fairies, and a good amount of the fairies are taken already. So I was like, all right, what fairies are left? And if I don't get a fairy, I'll probably search for like a cleric or something. And I was like, oh, I was like, wait a minute. This Pokemon's left, and I was like, will it get? I feel like it may not get to me, but if it does, that'd be really good. And it did get to me. So I decided. So for round 8, I decided to pick up Granbull. Now Granbull, I've never used it. Once again, yeah, I'm trying out a lot of different things this season. I'm trying out different things this season. Hopefully, I can do very good with them. But Granbull is a really powerful fairy. Having Intimidate is really good. It's definitely really good to stop to hinder some sweepers. This thing's base attack set is monsters, base 120. So if you pop a choice band on that thing, it is just going to do a ton of damage. While it is slow, which is the only downside to it, then definitely then everything else is pretty good. So, and sadly, while it may not be able to take a special hit so well, it has okay defense and all right special defense, and then HP is 90, so it's like this thing may not want to take too many hits. So it could be like a late game sweeper possibly, or like kill a mon, switch back out type thing. And it gets if I need to run like a defensive Granbull at some point, I would definitely run like possibly Heal Bell to heal my team as a cleric. I do have a better cleric, which I'll get to as my last round pick. But Thunderwave I have, so I can if I wanted to not be banded, I could have max attack, and I could possibly have like max attack investment with Thunderwave and have play rough, so I can hinder them down to my speed level, or have something else Thunderwave things. I'll get to the same one I was just alluding to, which was my final round pick, which is a bit surprising that it made the final round in my opinion, but I'm glad I was able to get it. But yeah, Granbull is definitely a really good mon, and I'm really excited to be trying out Granbull for the first time. And now my round 10 pick, because there were 11. Actually, no, not round 10. Round 9, because Manaphy technically was round 11. But my round 9 pick, there were some tier 1 Pokemon that I'm surprised weren't. I'm surprised that they were not drafted. So I have to look at the tier list really quickly. Like at this point, Conkeldurr's free, Dragonite's free, Gothitel's free, Infernape's free, Keldeo's free. Serperior's free. Yeah, there's just some crazy Pokemon that are free. So I'm like, what can I? And I was like, I kind of want to go for Conkeldurr, but at the same time, I want to try a different a different fighting type. So I was looking through. I was talking to some friends, and they were like, you should try Hawlucha. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, that actually sounds like a solid pick. So I picked Hawlucha from tier 2, which was really good, and I actually have quite a few tier. I have like 3 tier 2s, and the last one is a tier 2 as well. In the GBA season 6 rules, this is the rules we are playing by. So so I decided to pick Hawlucha. Hawlucha is the final mon, not the final mon of the draft, but the final mon I have never used before. I know Hawlucha can be a pretty big threat. It is definitely it has base 118 speed, and if I get its Unburden boost, then that is definitely going to be something that could really help me. And it's really, and I was actually just thinking, and it actually does get it. It gets Fling, which would be really interesting. It should be a really interesting set. Like if Hawlucha switches in, and you know they're gonna switch, if you have Fling and you go for Fling to get your Unburden boost, and then go for a powerful move, that would be really insane. You could run like Sub-Sword Zant on this thing. I don't know how. I never actually see people run Flying Press. It doesn't have too much power, and it has a 95% accuracy. But I feel like Flying Press could actually be a good a good move in competitive. Like, I'm not going to rule out using Flying Press because it could be something that would really be a good move against something. Like, since it's a dual type move, I feel like it could really help in certain matchups. But yeah, it's really offensive mon, and the unburden boost making it super fast is going to be really helpful in the long run for this mon. And so my final mon of the draft, and I know how to use this mon, which is really good for me. And it's been a really good mon in the past 2 seasons of CPC. It was the MVP in season 1, and it did all right in season 2. Could have done better, but well, my MVP in season 1 at least. And it did a bit in season 2. My last Pokemon, and it's absolutely insane that this thing made it to round 10. And I was on the latter end of round 10 too, I believe. Yeah, I was on the. It was when it was coming back to me. Chansey. Chansey was my round 10 pick, which was insane to me. And I was like, I need a cleric. Oh, let's see what there is. I was like, wait a minute, Chansey's not taken. When it was like at the when I was at the pick 16 wheel, it was around there, and I was like, wait, Chansey's not taken yet. If Chansey makes it back to me, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. And if Chansey doesn't, then I would take Blissey. But Chansey did in fact make it back to me, which was really good. It's a really Chansey's a really good cleric. Like, it's definitely something to be afraid of. Like, base 250 HP to Wish Pass, that's basically gonna bring like basically any mon to full HP on your team that you Wish Pass into. And then its special defense stat is good, and it's arguably the best special wall in the game, which was really surprising that no one took it. And along with those base stats, along with Eviolite, makes it absolutely ridiculous to go again. This thing doesn't appreciate a good amount of physical hits, but the thing I have to really be careful about is what is it? Knockoff. Knockoff is the Chansey killer, as I would call it, because if you knock off Chansey's Eviolite, it's just a not fully evolved Pokemon that can't really do anything anymore. Then the Eviolite makes it so much better as a tank, and you can run Chansey definitely has speed control for your other Pokemon. So if you're in your Chansey walling things, you could Thunder Wave a bunch of stuff so that my sweeping potential, like Charizard X and Manaphy, are able to set up their respective stat boosts before they could start sweeping. And especially with Dragon Dance, that makes us even faster than most things. But yeah, it has Heal Bell to be a cleric. Wish, definitely Wish Pass a ton of HP. Soft Boiled to heal itself. So it's definitely a really good mon, and I normally run Natural Cure, but I will not rule out another type of set on the Chansey, because who knows what Chansey can do with its Serene Grace ability. But anyways, that is my CPC Season 3 draft analysis. Now, I'm really excited for the season. I hope you guys are too. It's definitely been quite a time getting everything set up. We do have a bunch of competition, and I will be uploading my Team Builder Plus battle videos on Mondays. That is the upload date for battles. I'm going to have all the YouTubers that are in the league. Their channels will be in the description below. And it's kind of funny that we just finished PMC, and I have to face Trev week 1 of the CPC Season 3, and I'm very excited to face him again. Hopefully, the battles can go different. The battle outcome could be different for me than it was last time, but hopefully this can go really well. So that is going to be it for my CPC Season 3 draft analysis. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. If you want to check out all of the YouTubers that are involved with the CPC, Their YouTube links will be in the description below. Not all of them will be uploading, but I just want to shout them all out. If you like, let me know what you think of the team in the comments below, and also in the description, please go subscribe to the CPC official YouTube channel where all of the analyst content will go, as well as follow the CPC official Twitter. So I'm Vin681 Shadow, and I will see you all next time.